Hello everyone and welcome to Greg's Garage. Today we're going to be talking about sport bikes on the track and on the street, more specifically brake pads for your high performing sport bike. We all know that all modern day sport bikes are fast and fun. I mean, even the Kawasaki Ninja 300 gets rolling at speeds approaching 100 miles per hour, and almost all of us have no issue with twisting the grip, but the other side of speed is slowing down or getting stopped. Often in motorcycle reviews you'll hear a lot about acceleration, top speed, and a little bit about the brakes. But look, I can get a pair of skis and rip down a mountain, but unless I can stop, it's all for naught because I'm going to crash my brains out. So brakes are the single most important component on a motorcycle. No stopping, no bueno. But how often do you think about your brakes? About the stopping power, the ability to handle heat, the overall feel, the amount of dust, wear? Not often, I would think. But when you take your bike to the track for racing or a track day or go carve the canyons, it's something you really need to start thinking about. So with that in mind, I want to welcome pro racer Jeff May to the garage to talk about brakes and specifically the brand SBS. Hey Jeff.
Doing great today, Greg. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for joining me. Let's kick it off with this. Tuning your brakes. It's massively adjustable, isn't it?
Well, I mean, there's quite a bit of things. I mean, honestly, there's so many different compounds and constructions and brake pads that you can tune it to a specific riding style that one may have, a specific feel that one rider is looking for. And then with that, you can find time, you know. I mean, braking is a major aspect of going fast on the racetrack. So the more comfortable the rider is and getting the feedback that he or she needs is key.
Now, brake pads are not all the same. What are some of the differences in pads that people have access to?
Well, I mean, in general, you can find something that's going to be more durable. It's going to last a lot longer. It can probably give you more bang for the buck. But then, in the end result, it's probably not going to have as much bite or as much stopping power. You know, and then from there, you have brake pads that are very linear per se, where they last, you know, from the initial braking, it stays constant to the end. And then you have braking pads that are more progressive, where initially they might not have so much bite, but the deeper and harder you get into the corner, the more bite they have and more stopping power they have as they heat up.
What characteristics do you prefer?
For me, it's a specific feel I've come to find that I like over the years. I like something that has somewhat of aggressive initial bite, but I don't like the initial so much bite. I feel it upsets the chassis. I prefer something that's a little more progressive and has good feel. So if I get in the corner a little bit too hot, I still have a little bit of brake that I can grab. That's it, and the bike's not slowing down.
Can you define feel? What is brake feel?
Feel is in the brake lever. You know, what given pressure you put on the lever, you get a certain amount of braking power back, and you can feel the motorcycle slowing down and how much lever travel you have in your hand. So I guess that would be the best way to describe feel.
Okay, how does what you want on the track relate to riding on the street?
Well, you know, you wouldn't want to use the same pad on the street as you'd use on the racetrack because you're not going to see the temperatures. You're going to want something that has good feel and good bite on the street, because if it doesn't, you say you put a carbon pad in there, you don't get any heat in it, you're going to grab the brake lever and you're going to scare yourself because the bike's not going to want to stop. So that's a key factor you have to keep in mind, is what you're actually going to be doing. Are you going to be riding on the street? Are you going to be doing track days? Or are you going to be racing?
What if I'm nervous about making a change from OEM or stock pads? Any advice for me?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of technology and a lot of very educated people out there. You know, it's good to get out there and talk to some of the representatives that represent a brand and ask them about their product and what key features it has, and not be afraid to try it. Nothing is going to, that I've seen, you're going to throw in there and it's just not going to work. You know, they're all going to break very well. The technology in motorcycling has come to a pinnacle point now, and everything is actually pretty good. There's variables within there as far as how good can it actually be.
This is kind of an obvious question, but why SBS?
I've been on and off with SBS since, I want to say 2001. So we're looking at, 15 years now. Some teams I've ridden for, you know, you're stuck with a particular brake pad brand because of sponsorship agreements. But whenever I've been free to use whatever I want to use, I use SBS. I've found that especially their racing pad gives the best of everything as far as feel, durability, and outright just the best braking power of any pad I've ever used. And I wish I could show you the pads from the Daytona 200 last year that man, they don't even look like they've been used, but yet they have superior braking power over anything I've ever used and my competition. So it's unreal that, you'd think they'd be gone. Typically something with a lot of braking power is a softer pad, like a softer tire, and you use it up. But these things, they're insane how well they work and how long they last.
Well, Jeff, thanks for taking your time to educate us on brake pads and SBS. Much appreciated. For more information on SBS brakes and all the pads they have available, visit their website, sbs-friction.dk. So there you have it, folks, another possible adjustment for your sport bike. Whether you're on the track racing or doing track days or on the street, keep in mind you can find the specific feel you're looking for by giving new brake pads a try. Well, that'll do it for now. Thanks for joining me here on Greg's Garage. Until next time, have fun and ride safe. See ya.